Are you ready to unlock the secrets to understanding women on a whole new level? In this video, we're diving deep into 11 fascinating psychological facts that could change the way you approach dating and relationships forever. Did you know that 93% of men are unaware of these crucial facts, leading to countless rejections when trying to win over a woman? Imagine being part of the 7% who truly understand what women want and desire in a partner, from how women fall in love based on smell to the import of pre-selection and understanding their preferences for intimate activities. Each psychological insight reveals a new layer of understanding about the female psyche, but it doesn't stop there. We'll also explore the signs of inauthenticity to help you navigate through fake individuals and build genuine, authentic connections. I would appreciate it if you like the video. You can help me continue spreading the Stoic philosophy. If you are not subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell to avoid missing any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment with a number 1. If not, please comment with number 2 to let me know so I can make better videos in the future. Psychological fact number 1: women fall in love based on smell, according to the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro. If a woman likes a man's smell, her chances of falling in love with him increase by 85%. Women have 50% more neurons in the olfactory bulb than men, making them more sensory lovers, which is why understanding how to select the right fragrance will give you a significant advantage in the game of seduction. Stay until the end of the video to learn which fragrances stimulate their senses. The second most psychological fact is that they are drawn to men who get their way. If you go too far with a woman, at first you will almost certainly face rejection. But if you show respect and a little neediness for her, she will make herself available to you. Develop trust with her and feel free to touch her. It's always a matter of reading her body language and recognizing the signals or gestures she uses when she wants to be close to you. Psychological fact number 4. Women like womanizers. There's a phenomenon called pre-selection that reveals that women find men 3 times more attractive when they notice the interest of other women in them. This also happens when a man is surrounded by more women. So I suggest you get some female friends and start going out with them and observe how other women look at you. These friends don't necessarily have to interest you more than just for company, and to create that, if you knew how much you helped me by liking this video, you would do it right now. Have you already done it? Okay, let's continue. Psychological fact number 5. If she teases you, she's interested in you. If a woman teases you and gives you nicknames, it's very likely that she's attracted to you and uses this playful way to build trust with you, because when it comes to falling in love, women don't know how to act other than through body language and this kind of playful teasing. I suggest you help her achieve her goal by showing interest in her as well. Women tend to be more shy than men. They're afraid to express their love for you. First, they despise rejection and therefore avoid it at all costs. The idea of a man rejecting them doesn't even cross their minds, which is why they use their body language to tell you how they feel. If a woman makes a gesture to intentionally make you fall in love, she expects you to play along. And if she sees that you don't catch what she's trying to tell you, with the signal, she simply remains silent. Ask me in the comments. The following piece of information is a very interesting strategy that you can use. Psychological fact number 7. Women are concerned about their appearance. While engaging in intimate activities, women are particular about the design and color of what they wear underneath their clothes. But they are most concerned, conc arid, with maintaining a good appearance when engaging in intimate activities. So instead of remaining silent, compliment her on how nice her lingerie looks. And you'll notice that by boosting her ego in this way, she'll be more likely to wear a much prettier. Psychological fact number 8. Women experience more sensations with a man who connects with them. When you understand the psychological complexity of the female mind, you can enhance her satisfaction when engaging in intimate activities, because women are less physical than men and operate more with the mind and sensations. That's why I suggest you be less direct with women and more subtly communicate so that you can easily connect with them. Take your time with her before we do anything together. Ask her questions that prompt her to express herself emotionally, and this will make her feel that you understand her very well, and believe me, she will fall much more in love with you. Psychological fact number 9, women, to stimulate her senses. Psychological fact number 11, when they are upset, they prefer that you approach them. If a woman is upset with you, she will feel better if you try to figure out what she is upset about by paying attention and showing empathy. Understanding them can be difficult at times, but they were born with the ability to experience emotions. They are not as emotionally stable as we are. Men are stimulated by both positive and negative emotions, which is why they frequently fall for men who mistreat them. I'll explain it later, but for now get used to the emotional games that women enjoy playing in terms of psychological fact. Number 1, which sense stimulates women? Here are some of the aromatic essences that stimulate women the most. In 2017, a study on jasmine and lavender was conducted with 2 groups of men and 1 group of women. Each of these women spent time with 2 men individually. One wore a perfume lacking these 2 fragrances, while the other wore a perfume made with a jasmine-based aroma. It was discovered that jasmine-based fragrances efficiently stimulate women and make them feel more attracted to the man wearing them. You can find several perfumes with these fragrances on the market, such as the famous French Orphan or the PA Basque Eclectic. Thank you for watching this video. Until the end, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Until next time. 9 methods to identify fake people behind every smile. There's a story, but can you tell if it's genuine or just a mask for inconsistent stories? Beware of those whose tales wander and contradict the stories of fake people who often lack consistency, revealing a facade they struggle to maintain. These individuals are like chameleons, constantly altering their stories to fit the situation or audience. Their narratives often change dramatically over time, as they forget the details of their fabrications or find new stories that serve their purpose. Better, this inconsistency is not just a harmless trait. It is a deliberate tactic used to manipulate or impress others. Inconsistent stories are a hallmark of a lack of authenticity. Real people with genuine experiences don't need to keep changing their stories. Their life narratives are consistent, and while they may overlook minor details, the core of their stories, fake people, on the other hand, frequently find themselves trapped in a web of their deceptions as they struggle to keep track of their various tales. Discrepancies become more apparent over time in personal relationships. Inconsistent stories can cause a breakdown in trust. After all, if you can't trust someone to tell you the truth about their past, how can you trust them with your future and professional settings? These inconsistencies can lead to a toxic workplace environment in which colleagues cannot rely on one another and superiors cannot make informed decisions. Identifying such individuals requires attention and a good memory for details. By paying close attention to what someone says, over time patterns of inconsistency can emerge. This vigilance is not about being paranoid, but about protecting oneself from potential manipulation or deception. When faced with inconsistent stories, it's important to challenge the narrative and seek clarity. Often simply asking for more details or clarification can unravel a fake story because the person may struggle to maintain the facade under scrutiny. 2 superficial connections scratch the surface and reveal shallow roots. Fake individuals prefer breadth over depth in their relationships and rarely form meaningful bonds. These people frequently have a long list of acquaintances, but very few, if any, true friends. Their connections are based on what others can offer them rather than mutual respect, genuine affection. Surface connections are a strategy for navigating social landscapes without ever truly committing to anyone. These shallow relationships are characterized by a lack of depth and understanding. Fake people do not invest the time and emotional energy required to build real connections. They may know many people, but their knowledge of these individuals is often limited to surface level details, like names, job titles, and other basic information. There is no sharing of personal struggles, no deep discussions about hopes and dreams, and no genuine emotional support. This approach to relationships is inherently self-serving. Fake individuals engage with others based on what they can gain, whether it is social status, professional advantages, or other benefits. They are frequently seen flitting from group to group, always looking for the most advantageous. By doing so, they miss out on the true value of deep, meaningful relationships, the kind that offer support during difficult times, joy and good times, and growth throughout life. The impact of such superficial connections can be profound for those who form connections with these fake individuals. It can lead to feelings of being used or unappreciated by the fake individuals themselves. It can result in a lonely existence, devoid of true companionship and support. They may find themselves surrounded by people, but lacking any real connection to any of them. Look for patterns in how people discuss their relationships. Do they only talk about what others can do for them, or do they switch social circles frequently, using this behavior in both personal and professional contexts? In personal relationships, excessive flattery can be used to create a false sense of trust or to mask true intentions in professional settings. It may be a tactic to curry favor or to distract from a lack of competence or commitment. The danger of this behavior's ability to mislead and manipulate creates an environment in which genuine talent and effort are overshadowed by empty words. Furthermore, those who frequently use excessive flattery often struggle with authenticity in other aspects of their lives. They may have a skewed perception of relationships, seeing them as transactions rather than mutual connections. This transactional approach can lead to a superficial social circle, where people are valued for what they can provide, rather than who they are to navigate such deception. It is essential to learn to distinguish between genuine praise and flattery. Genuine compliments are usually specifically related to real achievements or qualities, and given without expectation of anything in return, whereas flattery often feels vague, exaggerated, or unrelated to actual accomplishments. Being aware of these distinctions can aid in identifying individuals who use excessive flattery as a deceptive tactic. Lack of empathy. A hollow heart cannot empathize. Insincere people frequently demonstrate a lack of genuine concern and empathy for others. This lack of empathy is a significant red flag, indicating a person who is unable or unwilling to connect with others on an emotional level. Such individuals frequently disregard the feelings and needs of others, focusing solely on their desires and goals. The lack of empathy in a person's behavior can manifest in a variety of ways such as their indifference to others, difficulties or their inability to truly celebrate others, successes in more extreme cases. They may disregard the emotional well-being of those around them, or fail to offer support when it is needed. A lack of empathy can result in manipulative or harmful behaviors, because the individual does not fully consider or care about the impact of their actions on others. This characteristic is particularly damaging in personal or professional relationships. A lack of empathy can impede the formation of a deep, meaningful connection. It can result in a one-sided relationship in which one person's needs and emotions are consistently ignored or undervalued in professional settings. It can create a hostile and non-collaborative environment because colleagues and employees may feel undervalued and misunderstood. Identifying a lack of empathy entails observing how people react to situations that require emotional understanding. Do they show genuine concern when others are upset or in distress? Can they celebrate other people's successes without making it about themselves? Can they show understanding and patience during difficult times? Answering these questions can reveal whether a person lacks empathy, which is an essential component of genuine and healthy relationships. 5 manipulative behavior strings are for puppets, not people. Fake People frequently manipulate others for personal gain, disregarding the feelings of those around them. This manipulative behavior is a deliberate strategy to control or influence others to achieve one's own goals. It can take many forms, from subtle, emotional manipulation to overt exploitation. This behavior is inherently selfish and shows a blatant disregard for the well-being and autonomy of others. Manipulators often have a keen understanding of human psychology and use this knowledge to their advantage. They might use guilt, charm, coercion, or deception to get what they want. This manipulation can be particularly damaging because it often goes unnoticed until significant harm has been done. Victims of manipulation may find themselves in situations where they feel confused, guilty, or even responsible for the manipulator's actions and personal relationships. Manipulative behavior can create a toxic dynamic in which one person constantly feels in profession. Settings being pressured to meet the demands or expectations of others can result in a loss of self-esteem, anxiety, and emotional distress. Recognizing and addressing manipulative behavior is essential for maintaining healthy, respectful, and authentic relationships. By being aware of these tactics and taking steps to protect oneself, it is possible to build relationships based on mutual respect and genuine understanding rather than manipulation. And Caption 6, frequent disappearances. When the going gets tough, the fake gets going. Notice those who